it's hard to explain to somebody who has never been in heavy combat. The the feelings that you have for the guy on the right and the guy on your left are battle buddies. They call them that now, but those guys I ran with are still closer to me than my own family. And it develops over time. After your third mission, you're like a well-oiled machine. You think alike, you move alike. It's phenomenal how you adapt, and the Indians are special. They're they're Montagnard warriors are right out of the Iron Age, and their tribal structure, and that probably some of the finest soldiers that you'll ever see. And I actually had them lay on top of me after I got wounded to keep me from being wounded.
Not many people that will do that.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, please. It's you owe them your life. And I'm sure I would feel the same about you.
Yeah. I went back to Vietnam and actually located two people that had been on my team that had gone to the relocation camps after the North Vietnamese took over. One of them was missing his arm because all the little people were called SU, SCU, Special Commando Unit. And they had that tattooed on their arm. And the MBA, anytime they saw that, they just chopped a limb off. But I ran into two of them and managed to get them some assistance to get a better life than that. They were living as beggars on the street in Da Nang when I found them.
Wow. But loyalty, you also showed to those people that played such a pivotal role in your life story and all of that. I'm sure they're just in a great debt of appreciation to you for that.
People ask me, well, how did you guys do this? I mean, it's you were giants on the battlefield and all that. Poppycock. We were special forces. It was just another special forces assignment. And I've seen it happen in Central America. I've seen it happen in Iraq and Afghanistan, where they rise to the occasion and do extraordinary things.
Yeah, I would second that. It's incredible, the strength of our military and just the tenacity and the grit that comes with people who are willing to serve and really sacrifice for a greater purpose.
You never think of that. I mean, that was the furthest thing from our minds. That sacrifice. We thought about that every day, that it could happen, but it wasn't, an intentional. I mean, you'd sacrifice your life to save your buddy. But as far as, we did it for the American Republic and all that, no, we did it for each other. We were given an almost impossible job, and we managed to pull it off.
You guys changed the course of history, both of you, and Jeff as well. When I think back to that era, I don't think people realize how close the United States was to really failing on a global stage. I speak on behalf of so many generations that have come after you, and that hopefully, in 100 years of watching this at some point, my children's generation and beyond, that really just owe you such a debt of appreciation and have so much gratitude for. It is a sacrifice what you guys did.
Please, I'm going to have to get a new hat. It's starting to swell.
So, coming back to the United States after being through combat and losing friends, losing that, you guys were still very young. There is a loss of innocence, and
I was 24 when I came back.
24.
I was 18 when I first experienced, 19 when I first experienced combat. And when I came back, I was messed up in the head. I'm looking back on it now. Yes, I still am, and I'm armed. Yeah. But it's, I drank a lot. All my peers were that way too. And alcohol was a release. You didn't realize it at the time. It was just, let's go get hammered, because you don't think about things in your past. It gradually sets in, and it ruins your life to a certain extent, unless you're able to get control of it, come out the other side, which most of us did eventually.
You did eventually. That's good. Yeah, it was alcohol,
Took me 2 marriages.
2.
Yeah.
Well, do you think that's the reason your marriages failed? Was the drinking or
drinking and the anger and you don't realize you survive something like that. You have a lot of anger in you. You have a lot of anger issues. And I'm sure that Dr. Jordan Peterson and his peers and that could probably break it down to you, but we just handled it the only way we knew how. Stick close, hang on to your buddy, get drunk when you can.
And that numbs the pain.
Yeah, more or less. That and get a job as the bouncer so you can take that out somebody. I'm not leaving. Oh, yes, you are.
Yeah, I would not want to come, head to head with somebody that was.
When I was at Devon's, that's what everybody did. They all went up at the cinema lounges then because it was can't hit under the table.
Oh.
And bouncers. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which was a great release, because there's all kinds of idiots that need a little thumping once in a while.
Well, I like what you said about needing skill and luck to really.
It is.
That's a thing to reflect on. If anything, you kind of, whatever I think of, times in the past, it's just sort of like, okay, it makes you feel you're part of a bit of a larger purpose.
You almost have to believe there's a destiny